Welcome to the 5-Minute Moment on RefereeLeadership.com. My name is Shane Kidder, and this is designed to build your confidence on the field as a referee and off the field as a leader. Refuse to give in to the demands of the critic. We all know about the external critic, right? The fan, the coach, the player that wants to yell at you, that wants to criticize you for every little thing. But we all also know about the internal critic. The critic that's inside of us demanding perfection of ourselves. That's what we mean by the critic, that the internal voice or the external voice that is demanding perfection. Refuse to give in to the perfectionist demands of the critic. What's perfection? Well, perfection is demanding 100% correctness 100% of the time. And you're something less than human or less than acceptable if you don't rise up to that standard. The internal critic, the external critic. Why do we not want to give in to those demands? First of all, that level of perfectionism is impossible. We're demanding something that just cannot happen. Because of that, that will frustrate us. And because of that, we will stop going on to the next level. We'll stop trying new things. And ultimately, we'll quit. We'll back away. We'll say it's not worth it. There are those that say, well, because of the demands of the critic, we just need to get rid of all demands on our life. Well, we are designed to demand more of ourselves, but not in the area of perfection. So what demands do we need to place on ourselves? First of all, demand to give grace to the critic. You're going to say, wait a minute. The critic does not deserve grace. And if we give grace, isn't that like participating? You can give grace and yet not participate in their demands. See, first of all, they're the internal critic. You can say, I hear you, self, but I'm not going to give in to the demands of perfectionism. The external critic. You can hear it, but that does not mean you have to participate in it. This is something that I've been trying lately. When the critic wants to fuss at me, thank you. Not sarcastically. Thank you. It's graceful. It's not participating in their the criticness of themselves, not giving it back to them, but it's also shining a spotlight on them. We're going to talk more about that in the next episode. What else should you demand of yourself? Well, demand hard work of yourself, but not being perfect. See, hard work and perfectionism are not the same thing. Hard work means I'm going to push myself harder. I'm going to push myself further. I am going to try new things. I am going to put myself out there. And because of this, I will fail. Actually, when we demand perfection of ourselves, it is actually opposite of hard work. It actually causes us to shrink back and not work harder. Demand hard work of yourself. Also, lastly, because you're demanding hard work of yourself, you're going to want to go to this level as well. Demand growth of yourself. See, perfectionism doesn't demand growth. It has no room for growth because we've got to be 100% perfect. And if we're 100% not 100% perfect, we're just going to demean and shame. And that isn't growth. Demand growth. Because we're working hard, we're not going to always get it right. But we're going to demand that we grow through not getting it right. And we're going to demand that we grow when we do get it right. And we're actually going to get it right most of the time, all right? So we demand growth of ourselves so that we can have confidence when the critic wants to yell, when the critic wants to demand perfection, the internal critic and the external critic. Look, critics are not going to go away. The perfectionism culture wants to make you believe that we can make all the critics go away by criticizing the critic, but we don't want to participate in that. They're not going to go away. Do not buy into the lie that they're going to go away. Instead, demand more of yourself. Demand grace, demand hard work, demand growth. That will make you a better referee, and that will make you a better human off the field as well.